Hey, I'm Angie with Peach Orchard Creations, and today I want to share with you a Chevy Crisscross design I created while using the Chevy ruler by Angela Walters. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you the steps I take, the direction I use the ruler, and how to create this beautiful cohesive look all across your quilt with one simple ruler. So let's get going. Today we'll be using the Chevy Crisscross ruler by Angela Walters. This ruler is awesome. It's got this nice 90-degree straight edge angle on top and this nice curved modern angle on the other side, as well as these feet that really help you keep track of everything you're doing.
Here we go. Step 1. We're going to use the points of the previously quilted line, and we're going to place the feet of the ruler just about 1/4 of an inch above those points. So for step 1, we're just going to stitch from the left side of the ruler to the right, making sure that you keep the needle in between your fingertips as you quilt. This helps you have less error and less movement. Step 2, we're going to use the dark lines on the ruler, and we're going to line that right on top of the previously quilted line that we just stitched out. And again, making sure we keep a good secure grip, but not pushing the ruler as we hold it down. The more we push, the more errors you're going to have. And you just keep the needle in between your fingertips to maintain control. And there you go, left to right again for step 2. Now, on to step 3. We're going to use the second dashed line on the ruler from the straight edge side. We're going to line that up on the first quilted line we created, which is the point facing downward. And we're going to stitch left to right, making sure that we keep a good grip on the ruler, but we're not pushing too hard, and we're keeping the needle in between our fingertips, so we're repositioning our hands. To get a nice crisp point on these designs, go just past the tip of the ruler and then down to the other side. This will keep you from having a rounded effect on your points as you're creating this design. And again here, when quilting with the point of the ruler facing towards you, it's a little harder to keep a good grip, but just take your time, don't rush. Just past and then down. Get those nice sharp points. On to step 4. So you see we're going to use the lowest pointing line, and it's the line we just stitched, and we're going to use the dark lines on the ruler again and place them on the lowest line. And we're going to quilt out another line going left to right, and this will give us the 2 3/4 inch lines for the crisscross. And again, go just past the tip of the ruler and down to the other side, resting right in the foot of that ruler. That's what those were designed for. It's kind of a needle stop point, or those little feet give you just the 1/4 inch you need to stop the needle to be able to move the ruler and reposition to continue on with the design. I included a little more footage here because I loved this magenta block, and so I wanted to include it and kind of show you a little more of the quilt. You can see I make mistakes and I wobble, but you can't tell in the grand scheme. So on to the next step. Using the first dashed line of the ruler, you're going to line it up with the top line that's pointing upwards, and you're going to stitch from left to right. You're keeping that line right under that first dashed line on the ruler, and you're going to quilt a 1/2 inch line. That'll be the top of our crisscross design. There we go, and now we're coming down to our 6th step, and we are going to be using that first dashed line again, lining it up on the furthest line pointing down, and stitch left to right. Again, this is a funky hand positioning, so just do the best you can. There's not much you can really do unless you're on a domestic, then you can turn the quilt however you need to, which is super nice. One of the bonuses. Go just past the edge, straight down, get that crisp line. Voila, so we have the main portion of our crisscross completed, which is super awesome. Now we are going to finish this one up, and we will create another one if you don't already have. If you're starting at the top of your quilt, You'll need to complete 2 crisscrosses to be able to fill in between the two. If you're further down like I am, where you can see I have a crisscross design on the top and on the bottom of the section I'm working with, so now I got to fill in those little squares. And we're just going to do that with a straight line. So let's use the 1/4 inch marker, so that first dashed line on the ruler, and we're just going to kind of echo this square that the two designs created when I did them one underneath the other. And you're just going to go all the way around using that first dashed line, just like that. And then to keep the movement going so you can go across the quilt without breaking thread, just trace right over the other lines. And I alternated between tracing on the bottom and the top 2 lines to move across my quilt, and this helped it not get super dense throughout the tops of all these little squares and not getting super dense in the bottom. So it keeps your eye moving as you go across the quilt. And right there you can't even tell that I traced over it. So it's super convenient, keeps you from breaking thread and keeps you moving. And I think it's just the perfect little touch. I thought about doing something super curvy or feathery in here, and I thought, no, I really want to keep it geometric. I love that this looks computerized, but I was able to do it by hand with a ruler, so that is really neat. And again, a tip on the ruler, make sure you're not pushing or pressing it really hard onto the ruler guide that's attached to your machine. Make sure you're just using it there as a guide so that in case your hand does move, you're not going to end up shoving the whole foot of your machine and jacking up your design. And ta-da! There it is, all finished. It looks so awesome. I love this pattern. I'll be releasing it soon.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope that you learned how to create the crisscross Chevy ruler design, and I hope it was super clear. You can head down below and see the downloadable PDF over on my blog that'll walk you through each step by step with a visual graphic as well. I hope I give you confidence to try new things and to enjoy the art of quilting. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell, that way you get a notification every time I add a new video. And I can't wait to jump back on here next time and share new things with you. And I'll see you soon.